This map, you better believe it. 160 ping for Moxie. He can get a different one. 170, it's just getting worse. Server question mark? I wanted to answer early because this one seems pretty bad for him. But chat, we got Moxie versus Aegis if we do end up rolling this server. Moxie rank 1. We are farming the rank 1 content from Moxie right now, who is down to play at any time of the day apparently, because it's ultra early now for France. I was going to say it was late, but it's really super early. He says it's fine. He'll run it on 168 red blinking ping. The most boss move of all time. We saw Wiz play a whole series on 180. They didn't even swap back and forth. She's 168 and you're going to clap me. Yeah, this is a tough loss, man. If 172 blinking red ping, we'll find out. I guess we'll find out how this goes. Wiz, you know, he ended up winning a couple games. He lost in a best of 5 against Death, who is a really high rated player. So he was able to pull it out with what was insane ping. At some point, you're like intimidating your opponent so much that they probably get in their own head like, oh gosh, how is he doing this at 180? But Moxie, a power shot to the bottom right corner. Aygius, he is, I think, somewhere in the top 30, like top 25 on the leaderboards right now. And Moxie, of course, number 1. Aegis playing in the Feer Fest, getting a win over Adverse, but then I don't think getting any other wins. Losing the rest of pool play, and the crossover game he had was against a tough opponent, right? I forget who it was. Was it Wiz? I think it might have been Wiz Aegis, a rematch between those two guys. But Aegis looking to continue his ones run into the top of the game. He has moved high on the leaderboard as of late and proven he's one of the better ones in the game. He'll get his first goal. Bring it within 1. Moxie, nice catch. Cannot convert it into a bounce dribble before he finds himself too deep in Aegis' corner. Aegis going for the long shot. Moxie's going to do exactly the same. The long shot from Aegis in an attempt to catch Moxie off guard. And he gets a very intentional save off his backboard because he saw Aegis diving into the back corner boost, which means he's going to be out of position for just a quick rush back to his net. 3-1 for Moxie. He wants to stay away from Aegis, I'm sure, as much as possible. Operating on 180 ping almost. 160, 180. 164 right now. I'm sure every time Aegis gets anywhere near the ball, it starts warping around the map. So I imagine he's going to play a very reserved, very goal line defense type style. And I think that the way Aegis basically needs to play this ping, he's got to roll it all the way to the net and stay, connected with the ball. And Moxie just doesn't stand a chance. The ball will just be flying around the map on his screen. And I'm sure Aegis will be able to get a bunch. He's got a third as he ties it up 3-3. It's best of 3? No, it is best of 5. Moxie just missed a wide open net. And you can see him not celebrating. What's the opposite of celebrating? Lamenting that by spamming his camera. Aegis, wall to air dribble, flip reset, Moxie on the back wall. He almost saved it. He shot this far enough away from the net that Moxie, even with the ping, might have had some time to adjust. But he cannot double jump up in front of this one in time. Squeezes it into the crossbar, but ultimately it falls in. Aegis, a 4-3 lead. Moxie beating himself up for sure because shortly after the oh yeah, I'm reading chat. I saw that. Forgot to get rid of the 69-69. All right, I'll make sure to take it away. 69-69 was the prize pool for the last one. I took it away on the previous scene, but I forgot that this scene needs to have it hidden as well. No prize pool yet for this one. Aegis getting cheeky with the kickoffs. I like this play. I don't know if it's going to go far enough back to watch the whole kickoff sequence, but it was a very creative set of 50s there, finishing off with a half flip to get the open net 6-3. And I tell you what, the more the ball is around both of them and they're going for 50 after 50 after 50, I mean, that's just going to be so hard on the ping Moxie's playing on. A champion for not wanting to reroll, because we were able to roll him and get him a much better server than we have right now. Are there any news on the Daniel First Killer? No news yet. I'll make sure you guys know as soon as I do, if that gets scheduled to be played. Moxie, the chip above Aegis in a fourth. Just pulling it up into an air dribble. Technically a flip reset shot, because I think he got one right at the end. And Aegis, his backwards challenge, not going to cut it. This time Moxie coming out ahead on these kickoffs. This is the kind of movement Aegis had earlier, where he was kind of playing through the taps very well. He had a great recovery from that slight bump. It just didn't really matter, no matter how well he did. Moxie already had the edge. So he's working his way back in, a minute 30. Moxie, #1 in EU, going up against some of the probably 10 to 20-ish range in North America. And that's just rated on the leaderboard, as somebody so acutely pointed out last time. Just because you never won a leaderboard, especially this early in the season, doesn't mean you're the best in the world. But Moxie, I don't think he's ever lost on our stream, so making an argument for being at the top. Moxie retreating all the way out to midfield. Aygius, a great half volley. Moxie, it seemed like he was there, but the power just made it pass. There's been a couple close saves this way, and I feel like the ping has got to be, yeah, the ping problem is painful. Yeah, I mean, I think that's maybe a save in a better ping situation. We really need a show match with our Kingsay. True, Kingsay, man. It's been over a year since he's played on stream. Can you guys believe that? At this point, we all just need to, you know, remember the good times. But it has been a long time since Kingsay has played. Aegis up 8-5. Humongous ping advantage here. And seems like he's using it to take an early lead in the series if he can hold on to this for the next 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, this is a great play. This is definitely a way to maximize the ping. Just a lot of small touches near the ball. Moxie never stands a chance. 9-5. Can I restart your internet after this since you're lagging in EU as well? Sure. Yeah, I don't care. Moxie is 6th. 6-9, chat. This is just a 6-9 kind of day. 22 seconds left to go. Wait, did Alpine sign Wanda Mike or Kinsey? I don't know. People were speculating because Kinsey played a tournament with them, but then, like, right when Alpine said they had found a third or something, Wanda Mike took LFT out of his name. I don't know. Sometimes people look into stuff a little bit too much, but I don't think they've announced it either way. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Moxie might come back. A 7th with 10 seconds left to go. The demo as Aegis tries to kill the ball, but ends up just flying in front of Moxie's way. Ooh, delay kickoff. I like it. One of these two next goals was going to need to be cheeky. He went for it on the first one. Aegis, nice shot. 7-10. Wow, great flip reset. These goal line saves where Moxie's going to have to react quickly to the ball, it's just, they're not going to happen on this ping. (7-10), Aegis game #1. We will head to game #2 in a bit here. Moxie's going to reset his internet, and we're also going to head to EU servers, so probably a short intermission. Aegis won the first one. Game 1 going to Aegis on USC servers. And now we head over to EU. Moxie also reset his internet. But yeah, he is lagging. The red blinking ping still, even though he's on 40 ping, or sorry, on 40, yeah, ping. I got that word right. Aegis, the demo and the dribble. A 1-0 lead. 124 for Aegis here. He said he is US Central. It's a nice dribble. 1-0 for Aegis. Feer, update the scoreboard I did just in time, right? Guys, I don't hate this map. I've gotten used to it a little bit. I think when you jump onto a new map for the first time, like your brain hasn't learned to filter out the background yet. Because when I've seen, you know, Manfield Knight 6,425 million times, I think the background of everything just kind of slowly fades away, and I only notice the game. That's happening a little bit more, I can tell already, with just the second match we're running on this one. I can ignore the background a little bit. It's not the background for you, it's the ground. You don't like the sand. Moxie, a kickoff goal, 2-1. The night variant of this will be sick. Oh, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. The night variant is absolutely coming. The desert night is sick. Or the sunset. The sunset variant, like Buried said. I think the sunset would be actually pretty nasty. You think we need to see a Daniel versus AJ rematch soon? Yeah, maybe we can get them to do that. Nice long shot from Moxie. Did he volley this up to himself? Aegis, oh, he just took a long trip out to the midfield boost. He was in supersonic, so he probably had a moment where he could decide whether or not to just hold his supersonic and head back to net. He'd still have some speed, or go all the way out for the trip to the boost. And he just chose incorrectly. Moxie punishing him well. Moxie has alpha boost. I just realized that. I don't know if he's borrowing it from somebody, but it's always interesting to see the guys who have alpha boost. I don't know if you saw it because you left stream to watch your exclamation point rage, but you should take advantage of the offseason to get some RLCS players while you can. Yeah, maybe. We'll see if any of the RLCS guys want to play 1v1. I don't really have any connections to them at all. In fact, you know what my closest connection to RLCS now is probably? Well, I guess I know AJ. I mean, I know AJ slightly. He's run one match on my stream so far. But I know Drees now. Drees, maybe he can get me the connections, dude. Drees is becoming huge in the RLCS. G2 signing him today. Freaking sick. But on top of that, it's all about me, right, Chad? It's all about Feer. And now Feer has more connections in the inner circle of the RLCS. That's what it's all about. Oh, yeah, Rapid, too. I forgot we have Rapid. Aygius, wall to air dribble. He's had some nutty ones so far in this series, so I expect him to go for it. Ceiling reset this time. He has gone a different way every time. No repeats for this guy, and that's likely what helps make him hard to save. Aygius, a strong shot with the ceiling reset. Moxie can't get up to it. This time, no server help to blame not getting the save. So all the credit to Aygius for a nice shot. Feer basically runs the LCS at this point. I mean, no wonder the ball chasing made my account, you know, flagged as pro. It all makes sense now. G2 Drees. G2 Drees with a capital D, also known as Drees with a lowercase d. I've always been a fan of lowercase d Drees, to be honest. He just got that edge, you know? That uppercase D does not have. Kickoff goal for Moxie. Wave dash kickoff to get back to it, 6-3. Toilet mushroom, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about the whole children business. Hasn't Reddles been in chat a few times as well? Yeah, I just need to get Reddles on my friends list so that I can see when he's online, see when he potentially wants to run games. But I asked him to be my friend, and can you believe he hasn't responded? He probably only has like 300 Steam requests from random people. How has he not filtered through and accepted mine? It's like he hates me or something. Aegis, a nice pass to Moxie. You gotta love it when he shows that love and lets him have a free one. You already have the worst kickoffs. NA, this is gonna be rough. Yeah, with the ping disadvantage. To be fair though, the ping, like I've said before, doesn't seem to have a super effect on the kickoffs that I've seen in the cross-region matchups. The kickoffs usually go, you know, whichever way they had already been going all series, regardless of the ping. Have you thought about getting into 2v2 show matches? Not really. Moxie run it up here, 8-3. I think one of the reasons why I'd want to do 2v2 show matches is because, dude, Moxie's insane at that. I'm not sure I've seen anybody better at those chain wave dashes on the wall. The players like to do them. I think the players are interested in playing 2v2 show matches, so I think that's the biggest reason why I'd want to dip into them. But I think what you need when you do 2v2 show matches is you need storylines, and I think the ones that Johnny has done recently goes to show exactly what I'm talking about. When he runs them, or when he does like ranked replays of them, like I think the past couple times he's done the two Saudi Arabian guys versus like, I want to say he did the Vitality dudes one time, like 2v2. The point is that he always picks, you know, some kind of story for the two teams. What you don't want to do is just pick a 2v2 show match where you just grab 4 random people. You can get away with it sometimes as long as you do like some round robin-y thing. But to me, what I think is better is the storyline games. And I think 1v1 has baked in storylines every time. You know, it's like fighters in a ring. You can be a fan of a single fighter, and so I'd almost like want to force players to always play with a certain teammate when they played on my stream if we were going to do 2v2s. And then that way, like, you can become a fan of that duo that always plays in the show matches together. A good example would be Jorby's T, a True Neutral versus Sandrock show match. Yeah, that's right. Jorby's been doing a lot of cool 2v2 things. Does he stream those? Does he just stream them on his Twitch channel? Plus, you can connect to where someone is from or how they play. Yeah, and with North America, it's harder to do that, right? If you're doing North American show matches, unless you do states, which actually, that could be a decent way to do it. You'll have to come up with some kind of other story. Like, let's say if for some reason I had a bunch of RLCS buds, Moxie just running the score up, by the way, 12-3. If I had RLCS buds, you could do like a G2 team and a FaZe team, and then always just run them with their teammates. And I think that's a good way to do it. Oh, Shopify Rebellion, not Sandrock. Feer, will you try and get Jesse in a show match? He's in top 100, but he plays it on stream, and Jesse is always top content. I don't really know Jesse, but I just know that, you know, we can't get him on because he'll just destroy the competition and just won't even be fun. I mean, you can't put the god gamer of 1v1 on a show match against mere mortals. It's 7 a.m. in France. How's Moxie playing? He was saying the sun is coming up. But here he is playing 1v1, up 13-3 against Aegis. The EU servers are going to go well for him, it seems. He just has to take a win on the US East before it's all said and done if he wants to win the series. Moxie is really up 10 goals with a minute left, yeah. We haven't seen too many players score 13 goals in a 1v1. But we did see like Wiz versus someone else. It might have been Wiz versus Aegis. Actually, I forget. But there was some, yeah, it might have been the playoff game Wiz versus Aegis where they were just scoring so many kickoff goals. It was like 13-10 or something when it ended. Jesse has literally 2 plays. Backflip flick and air dribble bump. As long as you do them well enough. Yeah, Aegis versus Wiz was all high scoring. Yeah, I want to say they ripped like 90 kickoff goals in at each other and ended games in the teens like every time. Aegis, the flip reset. You know, they hit a little bit less hard when down 13-6, but it's not a bad shot. Moxie missing the boost in the corner in order to make it shootable. To be honest, you usually peak around 3 to 4 a.m. Yeah, I saw Danger Taco talking about a tournament he's going to run, or thinking about running, at like these hours, at gamer hours, because that's what people say they peak. 14-6. Moxie, I think, is going to win this one. If I had to bet, if I was a betting man, which of course I'm not, I would bet that Moxie pulls this one out. Aegis, the ceiling reset, saved away. You know who has no mercy? Moxie! 15-6 on the counterattack. Peak or just when all the tryhards are offline? Yeah, I've noticed that I play better at certain times, and I purely think it's because of the competition. I want to say weekdays when I would play ranked back in the day, I felt like it was much, much easier. And then like Sunday nights or like Saturdays where everybody was on, dude, I could not play during those days. Good, I would think they'd be bad. Aegis versus Moxie game number 3. Moxie, one of the most dominating performances when playing on his server that we've seen in a long, long time. Reset his internet, and now he's ready to go. What does he get on this? 130. See, this is reasonable. No 160 this time around. Bumping Aegis into the corner, going up 1-0. Continuing right where he left off. Over on the other side of the pond. Why do people say that? Felt like I had to, but 160 is rough. Yeah, that's really, really tough. Aegis, the Doomsy. The first one's not going to be in, but the continuation will be. You haven't played Frenchie in 3s in like a year? You knew he quit 1s way before that? It was either Kinsey versus Frenzy or Wiz versus Aygius. Wiz versus Aygius was the highest, actual Showmatch game where, both players were scoring. Because Kinsey just scored like 25 or something on a Frenchie who got like 2 goals. And that doesn't really count. Moxie the long shot. We've seen a lot of long shots out of his back corner. Aegis just trying to stick with the ball on 0 boost. Not that outrageous of an attempt, but Moxie takeaway and long shot for a second. And you didn't have to stay in complete silence after reading that? Wait, after reading what? The early morning grinders are freaks. It's like people who wake up at 5 a.m. to go for a run. Yeah, they're freaks, but are they good at Rocket League? That's the question. Aegis chipping this up for an air dribble and just going for speed. You don't see a lot of players just going for a couple quick touches like that. Normally, they're trying to dribble it for longer so they can make the adjustment closer to the net, but Aegis noticing a window with a couple strong touches could just get it past him. Moxie, man, he's sniping the open nets right now. I think all of his goals this game have just come from creating some separation far away from the net. All of them been long shots. Another one from midfield, 3-2. It's still Kinsey versus Frenchie. Barry just went and did some research for us. Kinsey won game 1 with a score of 22-4. Aegis, man! This guy is finding every way to score in the air. This time, a nice flip reset after a couple taps. Moxie tried to pre-jump it, but you can actually see him pointing his car down to the ground. He thought that Aegis was maybe faking him or something. He's going to try and go underneath him. But no, Moxie, you're going to need to get even higher if you want to stop him. 3-3, a kickoff goal. Aegis with the lead back on North American servers. Your parents never let you stay up that late. Wait, you're staying up pretty late tonight, right? Oh, I guess I don't really know. Because you're talking about like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. stuff. Moxie, his Doomsy saved away, and he will die in his back line. Aygius a 5th. Moxie just trying to stay in control of the ball. He had all the boosts in the world. You saw a slight fake there before he went to chip it. And Aegis just powering through. Scoop it underneath. Taking Moxie out of the game. Moxie cutting this ball back in front of his net instead of out towards midfield or on that along that left side of the wall. He wanted to dribble out in open space instead of having to dribble, you know, starting from a corner where Aegis is prepped. And Aegis looking to take it away off the top of his car. Moxie did have that dribble really high on top of his car. Normally a pretty risky situation, but Aegis, instead of challenging through it, he like challenged on top of it and helped pinch it out to where Moxie could get a fourth. 5-4. Moxie, we gave him the disadvantage of service at the start of the series. He needs to steal a game on US East, either here in game number 3 or in game 5 if he wants to take the series down. Moxie has not lost yet on stream. Why we gave him this handicap when he has, you know, never earned it with a loss, I don't know, but Aegis, a bounce dribble of another kind as he double jumps this ball and catches it multiple times. Ultimately, though, Moxie takes it away fairly easily. Nice recognition of the early challenge from Aegis. And the Moxie flick is back. He has had nasty flicks, and he will arc this one perfectly over Aegis to tie it back up. He's never really been good enough for top 10 IMO. Who are we talking about? Also, there's an asterisk on that game because we heard some pretty convincing rumors that Frenchie win trade in the top 10. Oh, yeah. Wait. I mean, to me, you didn't need to see any rumors. You just needed to see Kinsey score 24 goals on him. Like, what? Like, don't get me wrong. We've seen a lot of the best players play the game, and Kinsey truly, you know, had no mercy and tried to score as fast as he could. But you're not going to convince me that, you know, Kinsey in his prime going up against another top 10 person should be scoring 24 goals. What a save. Oh, I missed it. I was reading chat. I'm sure the save was great. These guys all knotted up with a minute left to go. Moxie lobbing one on net to try and steal this back corner boost. He did so, but Aegis has enough to make a play. He doesn't really need to reset. He's going to rip a flick of his own. Oh my gosh. Aegis. This flick was nasty. We liked Moxie's earlier, but Aegis putting so much heat on it. It's going to go in at 83 kilometers per hour, but only because it lost some heat coming off the crossbar. That was definitely at least 100 plus before it connected with it. Aegis can't get 2 in a row, but he does have Moxie on low boost. He'll take everything on the right side. I bet you he tries to chip it down and take it immediately to net because he wants to get Moxie out of position. Moxie has to stay aggressive. Down 1 with 30 seconds left to go. In desperate need of stealing a game here on US East. Aegis, he's looked really good in the air this time. Trying to 50 it near the net. Moxie's able to save it away. The long shot, and there it is once again. Moxie has been feasting on the long shots after an Aegis misplay. So many shots come from just a couple touches after, you know, rolling off the back wall. And 6-6 with 9 seconds left to go. Moxie, the wave dash kickoff. He's got himself in a really good spot here. This shot's too high. Aegis should be able to clear it away. Moxie, I can't believe he undercut it. Why did he keep it in the air? It's obvious it's going to be Aegis. Oh, Aegis dropped it. Moxie had spawned in time anyways, so overtime in game number 3. Crucial game number 3 for both these guys. Seems like with the way game 2 went, Aegis is just hoping to take the series by winning all the games on US East, and a backflip challenge in a 7th. He will take game number 3 as we head back to EU. Will Aegis steal one on EU first, or will these guys be headed back to game 5? We shall see. Why don't you just do a set of 6 instead so it's fair? I think people like winners. A set of 6 is also guaranteed to be really long. To be. Coin flip if game 5. All right, that's fair. That's fair. We could do a coin flip instead of just doing guaranteed US East. I like that. Aygius scores first. (1-0). Aegis, he throws the okay in the chat. That's what he said, right? But maybe what he's saying is there's going to be no game 5. I'm going to get my steal on you. I don't care if you won 13-4 the last time we played on EU servers. Fear update score, true wizard. I'll update it on the next goal. I don't know why. I'm pretty tired myself. Maybe that's why I've just been off my updating score game. Sheesh! What a cut. Moxie. 2-1. Wait, no. Aegis up 2-1 in the series, though. That placement, though. That power, too. Moxie been using the wave dash kickoff a lot. This is a crazy setup for the ceiling reset. Nice catch! Ultimately saved away. A lot of finesse to get that ball there to make the final touch, but Aegis able to keep it away. Full field air dribble. Wait, no, Aegis is like the ceiling resets. Ceiling musty double. Just let him shoot it in so we can get the clip, please. Come on. Moxie obviously doesn't love the content. Ooh, what a save. Oh, Moxie! He tried to greet out that placement just a little bit too much. I don't think he needed to go all the way to the far post. It was a great save, but he ultimately had Aegis in a really bad spot. Aegis was going to be able to cover like probably 1/3 of the net on the near post. So Moxie tried to shoot it wide to guarantee he'd score, but he shot it just a little bit too wide. Ultimately still going to score. This time just on the counterattack like he has always done against Aegis. A couple good saves from both those guys. I think Moxie had to get another close save after Aegis got a nice one. Having to use that double jump to just redirect the ball slightly over the crossbar. Aegis, will he take the wall dribble? He's not normally one to pass it up, and he'll go for the speed this time. I like the mix-up. He's gone for a flip reset plays the past couple times. Was hoping to just accelerate it past the Moxie, who might have waited too long to get up for the save. But man, I tell you what, Aegis can just not afford to do anything but put a perfect shot on. Because if it's even mildly, savable or off perfect, then Moxie's counterattack and recovery and counterattack is so fast. He's seeming to score almost every time. And this time, he'll make an outplay around midfield at the kickoff. Aegis trying to stay around the play. Just getting caught out of position. Aegis keeps landing in net a little awkwardly after his air dribble attempts, and it's really exposing him on the long shots. Yeah, maybe that's all that really needs to change. Maybe it's less credit to Moxie. And Aegis just needs to set up his aerial attacks in a way that is a little bit more conducive to recovering quickly. Moxie a barrage in a fifth. Aegis double jumping that one as far as he could away, but turning to pick up that pad right at the crucial moment where he was going to need to make a reaction to Moxie's shot. Ends up turning away. Not being able to redirect this one out of his own net, some might say. 5-1. Aegis def struggling a bit on EU. Yeah, Moxie seems to have the edge, the clear edge on EU servers. Bro, you don't know what you did to your arm, but it hurts so bad. Wait, Eros, is that the first thing you said all night? Did you just pop up out of nowhere? Dude, Aegis. Wow, what a shot! My goodness, Aegis. He has looked nutty off the ceiling. Moxie's going to give himself a what a save, but that musty is nice. Oof. Just a couple pixels over Moxie and crossbar and down. The placement doesn't get better than that. That's all you could ever ask for. Still down 3 though. Every clip that Aegis gets looks just a little bit better if he can keep the scoreline close and or even take a win here on EU. What a flick, dude. These guys' flicks are crazy. I swear we don't normally see this kind of heat. 140 km/h. Did Aegis help this in, or did that literally come off 140 on its own? Oh no, Aegis gave it a little bit of extra touch, but not that much of an extra speed touch. Like, he mostly just hit it to the side. That was a crazy fast shot by Moxie. Moxie, a takeaway. Aegis, fortunate this time that Moxie wasn't able to score. In fact, he still will. Took him a little bit too long to be able to see, the setup from Aegis, but I definitely was taking more note of that after someone pointed it out. Not the best of recoveries after these offensive attempts that are letting Moxie get back into this. Direct kickoff goal, 7-3. Minute 23 left to go. Chat, here's the question. If we end up going to game 5 and we go to the coin flip to see who's going to get their server for game 5, who do we let decide? Who do we let decide, head or tails? Goal difference, goal differential. Sounds good to me. Moxie a take all the way back into his own half, trying to play keep away with Aegis here in the final moments, and it's not going to work. Aegis will get a 4th. You like this script? I've been meaning, guys, chat, whenever you say good script, say Peepo G. I'll show you between this game. If it goes to game 5, I'll show you. I've been trying to make a stream deck quick chat of it, but to me, good script goes along really well with Peepo G. Moxie, the wave dash demo, 8-4. Yeah, there it is. Swaggles has got it. See, that it looks like a guy who's looking at the script. Yeah, see? Isn't that perfect, Barry Living? Aegis bounce dribble. He needs to shoot immediately. If he wants to entertain the idea of no game 5, he was going to have to score that and a few kickoff goals in a row. So Moxie, he's going to send it to game 5. He has asked for a coin flip instead of just giving Aegis USCs for free, which, to be fair, makes sense. Both these guys highly rated, and we only gave Aegis the USC's edge because he is lower rated, so technically we punished Moxie for being higher rated, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. So instead, we'll do a coin flip. I like that. That's good content. And we will let Moxie pick heads or tails. Game 5 hype. Aegis versus Moxie. Instead of doing the sets of 3 on both sides, we ran a best of 5 back and forth, and this was the nightmare scenario. Normally, these games don't go as perfectly as this one has. Usually players are kind of stealing server games left and right, and it doesn't come down to where everybody just wins on their home server. But in a nightmare situation, we are going to go for a coin flip to finish off and decide which server will play the final game on. Moxie won it, and Moxie has looked really good on EU servers, so this is going to be a tough time for Aegis. He kept that one moderately close, at least compared to the way the first EU game went. But we'll see how he performs here in game 5. Moxie might have been able to hold on to his streak just by having a great coin flip decision making. Let the copium begin. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Potentially people bet not knowing we're going to coin flip the final server, but tell you what, that's scams for you. And everyone knows Twitch streamers love to scam. Aegis, a possession play into the corner. Moxie cuts around, takes him out of the play, and what a shot on the half volley. These side flip power shots have looked really good from Moxie. He sets up a soft bounce, then gets around him and side flips him right with the front of his car. So much heat. Crossbarring down, hitting the post on the way in. Aegis gonna throw the sheesh. That was a crazy shot. These guys right now are showing kind of the elegance of, you know, what are normally considered to be straightforward shots. These flicks and power shots that these guys have been perfecting, hitting them with so much speed and so much accuracy, turning them into great shots. And Moxie, the counterattack, he is just putting on a counterattack clinic right now. If you want, we can do EU, NA, EU. Wait, what? I'm confused. You want to just keep running it forever? Till the end of time? And the one who wins 2 in a row wins. Oh, that was what we did with him versus Evo. We did whoever wins 2 in a row. How about this? Gold differential this game and the next game, but on NA. Add the goals from both games up. What do we think about that, chat? Moxie, while I'm talking about the cool format that we're going to decide, does a huge dribble, flip, reset, wave dash for a 5th. Aegis is like, nah. All right. Well, I liked my cool idea, but he's like, Moxie up 5-0. Actually, I'm down to just call it. Great shot from Aegis, though. This has been a great series from both of them. Unfortunate that we're going to end it here on US East, on EU if Aegis isn't able to come back. What does this under mean? Yeah, I think Moxie's first language is French. Is Moxie a keyboard or controller player? I assume he's controller. Most players are controller. Usually the KBM guys are quick to tell us. Moxie just winning a race to the midfield boost. A quick touch for him is maybe a special touch if this wasn't a top 100 game, but you're better than me at 1v1 right now. It's very apparent. Aegis conceding. KBM players are a proud bunch. I just think it's an interesting tidbit. So it's hard to hold on to for very long without mentioning it. Although Astro, I gotta say, it was a long time before we found out Astro was KBM. To the point where when he said it, I thought maybe he was joking. I thought he was like, you know, what's it called? Not pulling my strings, pulling my chain, yanking my chain. Is that something? I don't know. I'm gonna stop with that whole analogy. 6-1. Moxie continuing, pulling your leg. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Yanking your strings, chaining my, pulling my legs. You guys get it. Oh, 7-1, dude. I don't get what it is, but Moxie with this ping edge. Oh, it's a 130 is a pretty big one. But I tell you what, this is the first time that any like cross-region matchup has looked very obviously decided by the ping. Like when you see the 3v3 games played by the different regions, it's super clear that whichever region has the ping advantage just dominates the series. But in ones, it's been pretty equal, I'd say, in the many cross-region matchups I've run so far. This has been the clearest, you know, swing back and forth with a player playing on their own server that I think we've seen. Spanking my plank, chaining my leg. No, that's definitely not it. Definitely not it, chat. 8-1. You like to keep your friends intelligent? Yeah, spread the knowledge. Everybody knows this is the place where all the knowledge is spread. GG's. Moxie, Aegis. Aegis gonna hop out after going up 8-1 with 1:35 left to go. So much love between Moxie and his opponents in these past couple games we've had him playing. Lino Balls? Where is Lino Balls? I don't know. We'll try and get Lino Balls on again in some time. His kickoffs are so annoying. Moxie, just crazy with the kickoffs. You need to learn to wave dash kickoff. Yeah, that's true. Moxie was doing a lot of good wave dash kickoffs.